Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Victoria and I'm here to do a full moon reading for y'all. Tonight is the full moon in Virgo, and the full moon is a time of expanded awareness. It's a time when of illumination, where things are revealed to you, where the unconscious becomes conscious, and most importantly, we take a look at releasing what no longer serves us. So, this is my first time doing a pick your card style reading, and I have 3 piles ready for you here. We're going to treat this as a pretty intuitive, free flow reading. And to help us with that, I'm actually going to reveal the first card of each deck and allow you to pick which one resonates the most with you. Let's start with this guy here. I'm going to reveal, and we have the Queen of Swords. I'll just face it towards you. Okay, this one. King of Pentacles. Okay. And then the last one, Ace of Wands. Okay, so take a moment to meditate on the 3 cards here and feel which one is calling to you. And we'll get started. Hi again. If you picked the Queen of Swords, this is your reading for the full moon. So we're gonna look at the rest of the cards here. I have not seen them yet. So we have the 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands, 9 of Wands, and the Empress. Beautiful. Okay, so Queen of Swords. Let's talk a bit about what drew you to our Queen of Swords in the first place. Some of you might be air signs. There's also a lot of fire going on in this spread, so some of you could have a lot of fire placements as well, or be fire signs. The Queen of Swords is our steadfast, strong, confident leader who has a bit of an edge to her, who isn't afraid to make enemies, to go after what she wants, who is not worried about trying to impress other people. So I think if you were drawn to this, the message for you right now is to step into the queen role in your own life. Step into that leadership of knowing your worth, of knowing what you deserve. It really complements the fire, the wand suit here, which is all about the fire element, especially with the Knight and 8 of Wands here. I think some of you have some really big dreams and big goals that have been manifesting in the last month, and last 2 months, 2 to 6 months. There's been something that's really taken hold of your imagination, and that you want to pursue relentlessly. Look at the energy in these 2 cards and the forward movement that's just going for it. That's not waiting for the right time or waiting for the perfect time, waiting for all the little details and questions to be figured out, because you know that there is no perfect time. You're never going to feel fully ready. So the message for you here is to go for it. If you've been waiting for a sign, if you've been just waiting for a cue from the universe, this is the permission to do it and to not be held back. You can see with our Knight of Wands here that he's absolutely fearless. And sometimes it takes a little bit of recklessness to get to a state of stability. Sometimes you have to go through some risks and that includes going through failure to reach your full potential, to reach the height that you want to be sitting at. And the reward at the end of it is embodied in this Empress card of great abundance and love and independence. We have our Venus sign here, so could be speaking to some Libras as well, or some, I believe, Gemini, who are both ruled by Venus, planet of love and money. Love and money. And then I think finally, with our Nine of Wands here, I think this is the advice card for you here in this spread, which is that as you push yourself, if you're already on this path of just going for it, throwing caution to the wind, and really finding this fire to be working at your dreams, at your goals, just be aware at the same time that you need to find time to rest as well along the way as you're taking these risks, which come with a lot of, it can come with a lot of emotional kickback and mental kickback, right? That this is what the sort of potential negative side to it, if you're not careful, if you become too blinded by chasing and not stopping along the way to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You want to be in a place of the Empress, similar to Queen of Swords, right? Being able to seat yourself, literally, with these cards, the image, to observe, to take moments of taking in everything around you, taking in all the work that you're putting in and seeing the effects, and not just getting caught up in the grind, because this can easily turn toxic as well. This momentum can start off really fresh, but if you're not careful, it can really lead you down an exhausted, unsatisfied path where no matter how many achievements and how many successes and to-dos you're checking off your big list, it's never enough. I think some of you really struggle with that, the chase. And so I think the Empress is a reminder here on this full moon to reward yourself. You have to be the one to pamper yourself, to give yourself self-care, to congratulate yourself, to thank yourself, and to provide provide for yourself and to be able to enjoy what you're providing yourself, because otherwise what is it all for if you're not able to enjoy it and to feel love for yourself along the way. So to recap, my Queen of Swords friend, you are a great and fearless leader. There's no doubt about that. For some of you, this forward momentum and this inner passion is what you are seeking and is what is going to light the way forward for you. That's one scenario. For others who are already on this path, you may be going too hard. You may be going too hard right now. I feel like this feels like the more resonant one for me for some reason, that I think maybe will speak to more of you, that some of you really have just been grinding too hard at this point, and it's time to kind of let go of the perfectionist side of you, or to let go of the constant chase, and on this full moon to actually take stock of everything you've done so far, everything that's gotten you to this point in your life. You need to take time to celebrate that. You need to take time to live it and not just keep thinking about what's next, what's the next biggest thing I can do, I can check off. So go forth and prosper, but remember to slow it down as well, and to enjoy being the queen of the life you've built around you. Okay? Thanks, and I'll see you in the next reading. Happy full moon. Hi there. If you chose the King of Pentacles, here is your full moon reading. So, King of Pentacles, something tells me there could be a bunch of earth signs here. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or it could just be some of you are feeling like are focused on career at this point. You may have been drawn to the King of Pentacles for that reason. Some of you may be dealing with money issues, wealth, whether that's trying to build that or trying to feel more secure in your material possessions and material circumstances. So we're going to take a look at the rest of the deck here, and I haven't seen it yet, so here we go. Another Pentacles card, Two of Pentacles, the Death card, Page of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. Okay. This is an interesting story. I don't know if it will fully resonate with all of you, but this is one possibility that some of you are trying to balance and juggle your priorities when it comes to personal life and work life. So some work-life balance issues going on. And specifically for those of you who are in relationships, there could be some challenges at this point, as we see with our King and Queen of Pentacles. Very domestic, as well as a bit of a power couple, but there's a real domesticity, I would say, for those of you in long-term relationships. I think there's been, with our Death card, there's been some big changes in this partnership that has led to a kind of state of flux and uncertainty, or just again, just dealing with new obligations, new priorities. So things might feel a little unstable at the moment. And again, it's to do with just, I have a feeling maybe one or both of you, one partner or both could have recently come into added responsibilities when it comes to work and career. And that's just added a little bit of tension or stress to the relationship of having to juggle and having to, as we can see here, we have the water in the background of the Two of Pentacles, and then we have our Page of Cups, which is the water sign, the water element, and the realm of emotions. So something's brewing beneath this, what feels like a pretty stable relationship. Something is brewing, change is coming or has already taken place. I think it's really going to force the two of you to re-examine the foundations of your relationship in a new way, and re-examine what your individual needs are, because you've worked together as a unit for a long time, I feel, and something's happened that's now asking you, the full moon right now is asking you to release some of the old, maybe patterns or habits that have gotten you a little too comfortable in your little bubble. There might be a bit of staleness going on, and so we have the Two of Pentacles here to shake things up, juggle things around a little bit, and then of course our Death card, Scorpio. There might be a Scorpio sign as well, or Scorpio placement, but the Scorpio and Death energy is all about transformation and death, the death of something old, the death of what is no longer serving this relationship. For those of you who are single, the same thing applies. You might be trying to juggle your feelings for this person, or just juggle your different expectations when it comes to this person. And similarly, the Death card comes in to say, maybe you need to shed them. Maybe they're not the person for you. Maybe you're holding on too much to this idea that, like, oh, we are so much the same, we're cut from the same cloth, we're of the same element here, but maybe you actually need another kind of king or queen from the Wands or the Cups. The Death card here goes hand in hand with our Page of Cups, because it's asking you to really examine what your unconscious is telling you, what your gut is telling you. Page of Cups is about listening to your inner voice, listening to your deepest desires, not compromising on them, and really reconnecting with what it is you desire in a partnership. Something tells me this is not sustainable. So whether you are in this long-term relationship, or if you're single but you're you're trying to juggle a situation or juggle this person, this other person of interest, um, it's going to get shaken up. It's going to get shaken up by this kind of flood of our water energy, right? Some of you might need to consider Scorpio. I don't know. Scorpio, earth and water could be something that will be a little more balancing out of your dynamic. But yes, this full moon, it's a time of, I think, an emotional watershed moment for many of you. And I would encourage you to take some time to look at what needs to be left behind. The full moon is about release. So if a relationship is no longer serving you, it's time to move on and stop the juggling act. It's time to maybe spend some more time alone, just by yourself. Or it might be time to re-edit the terms of engagement with this person. It may be time to, again, change things up. Okay, so happy full moon, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hi, if you picked the Ace of Wands, here is your full moon reading. Now, I have a feeling if you were drawn to the Ace of Wands here, I think some of you are being drawn to this energy of something new. Even though the full moon is actually more about kind of reflecting on what has been fulfilled, or the end of a cycle, some of you might be already desiring this kind of fresh start. We are, slowly approaching the new astrological year, with Aries season coming up next month. So some of you might be feeling that energy. And some of you just might be in a pretty positive headspace to be feeling like you're ready to really start a new endeavor, start a new project, a new path. So we'll take a look at the rest of the spread here, but starting something new is going to require letting go of something old. So letting go of your mental blocks and your self-limiting ideas. What else? Three of Wands. Expansive thinking, future thinking, long-term thinking. Your world is large and expansive, not small, not the small world of your mind, but the infinite world of possibilities. What else? High Priestess and Nine of Pentacles. So I want to say this feels like the most kind of well-rounded kind of spread. We have our High Priestess with the water element. We have our fire element with the wands. We have our earth element with Pentacles, not Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and we have our air. So all four elements are in this spread, and so this really could just be speaking to all the astrological signs. And let's go back again to what drew you to the spread. this Ace of Wands energy, this beginning, this starting of a new fire, this future forward-looking perspective. And what does that mean? Leaving behind old beliefs. What are the old beliefs you need to let go of? What are the messages that you keep telling yourself that is holding you back from achieving what you want? Or not even achieving, but just being able to dream, to openly dream what you want. What is it that's holding you back from thinking about the best possible world for yourself? Because you deserve it. Because you deserve it. And as is fitting for a full moon, the High Priestess comes in to, as always, remind us that the answers are within, and that your intuition is your strongest tool or weapon. But let's go with tool, non-violent. Your intuition is what is going to show you the way forward. Your intuition is going to reveal what it is you need to leave behind and what it is you need to focus on moving forward. 2 9s as well, I'm realizing. So there is this sense of approaching the end of a cycle, right? The suits go from 1 to 10, and we're at the 9 mark. So a new chapter is being ushered in with this full moon. It's a very powerful time. It's a very powerful time. Your, what is it? Your aura is very expanded right now. So you might be feeling a lot of things, right? Both positive, but also darker thoughts, your shadow self, your fears, your doubts, they're all rising to the surface. They're all rising to the surface, but they're going to give birth to a new perspective, a new fresh eyes, fresh mind, a fresh fire and passion within you. What else was I going to say? Right, with the 9s, there's a heading towards completion going on, coming. So this nightmare that you've been living in, that is the prison of your own mind. A lot of you have just been really bogged down by that. That's about to break. That's about to break through with the help of our priestess. And it's going to require you to take the time to listen in to your intuition, to the divine voice within you that's going to give you guidance, that's going to give you your self-worth. It's not going to come from anything external. And then when there are 9 of Pentacles here, there's also going to be rewards coming from the seeds that you've been planting in your day-to-day life. And this is what you're not seeing because you've been in this headspace. You've been in this headspace thinking that you don't have anything when in reality, good things are budding. this gives me spring vibes too. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying, look, the new buds coming out of the wand here, the kind of garden landscape. New life is coming along with the change of season. And with that, you're going to be able to lift your head up and again, just see things in a new way. You're going to be able to see possibility as opposed to limitation. So the new moon, the full moon, full moon is asking you to allow this magic to take place, allow this this abundance, this newness to grow, and to not stunt it with your fear-based thinking, because that's not real. That's preventing you from seeing what is real in front of you, what you are capable of envisioning and manifesting. Okay, so meditate on the High Priestess particularly right now, because before all this action can take place, you really need to release these darker thoughts and beliefs that are not serving you anymore, and reconnect with the pure intuition within you, the sort of divine feminine energy that's going to empower you, and specifically empower the spiritual, emotional side of you. That's going then to affect your thoughts, and then your thoughts are then going to affect your actions, and then your actions are going to affect the world around you. Happy full moon, and I'll see you in your next reading.